Good afternoon, everybody. I am behind the camera today instead of in front of the camera, and I am here with my friend Tom and my canine friend Zela. And we're going to have a little conversation with Tom, and he lives on the hillside here. He's built a nice little place for himself and Zela. We're going to have a little conversation, talk to Tom, and find out a little bit about Tom and how he came to have Zela in his life and his life with Zela. And Tom has agreed to this interview because what we're trying to do is get a food bank together and get vet services together for people who live in the margins, that are, living in poverty, living in their cars, living on the streets, living in homelessness. And it's important to keep their pets healthy and well fed, because then they have their companions for as long as they can, and it's good for their well-being, like having our pets is good for our own well-being. So, Tom, that being said, I thank you for doing this interview. I really appreciate it. And let's just get started. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you come from, how you came to the valley here, and your life with Zela.
Well, long story short, I was born and raised in California, in Ventura. Moved out to Toledo, Ohio in 1988, and lived out there for a couple of years. I moved back out here 5 years ago, and looking for work and so on and so forth. That didn't pan out real well for me. I became homeless. I was living in a park. Stay here. You stay here. I was living in a park for a while, and somebody had asked me to babysit, and they would be right back. Well, 3 years later, she's still with me, and I'm thankful they didn't come back. Actually, the person that left me to babysit was a drug addict, and she had been neglected and abused and abandoned, and I took her in and been taking care of her ever since, and now she's taking care of me. And she kind of saved my life, because things had gone downhill pretty rapidly for me. If it wasn't for her, I don't know if I'd either be in jail, dead, on drugs or alcohol, or all of the above. But I don't do none of that, because she's my priority. She's my family now. She's my life now. She keeps me in line better than my wife did. And she's everything to me, I don't know how well I could explain that. You have to kind of understand and feel it before you can really explain. Come on, you gotta stay here. Stay here. So cool. And she just keeping her healthy and keeping her fed and keeping her safe and taken care of is what I was meant to do now. That's she's my family now. She's my responsibility. She gives me a reason. She gives me a purpose. I miss her when I go away. Like going down to the store or whatever. I can't wait to get back, and it's a joy to see her joy to see me when I'm back. And I want to make sure she's taken care of, and unfortunately, due to my situation, financially, sometimes that's hard to do. She's got to have her shots, and she's got to be looked after and medically taken care of sometimes. And unfortunately, sometimes vets don't accept IOUs. And like I said, if I can't take care of her, who's going to take care of me? So what Russ is doing is very important, very critical, because you don't know what it's like when when you're really alone, and she takes that loneliness away. And I hope that this purpose that Russ is trying to do is not only helpful to her, to me, and to everybody involved. And I can't thank Russ enough for doing this. You know, big hug to Russ.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Tom, for taking your time today. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope this video is as impactful to watch as it was for me to shoot and film. So, everybody, it's good to be with you, even if behind the camera. And again, I thank Tom for taking time out of his morning to be with us when the wind was a little bit less. We tried to do this last week, and the wind interference was high, so we had to reshoot it. And I think I think, Tom, what you have said is awesome. There's no other way to describe it. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.